I thank you very much. It's an honor for us to be associated with PMI New Jersey. I've been coming here for years now. I travel, I don't know if you know this or not, but I travel all across the country. I go to many PMI chapters, and I always have said this, and it's true, that the PMI New Jersey chapter is the best organized, the most well-run chapter. You're so easy to work with, and it's a pleasure for us to make this offer to you. We're also based our headquarters in Allentown, Pennsylvania, so it's very natural for us to come out here on a monthly basis. And if we're going to have a chapter to test this offering out with, we want it to be PMI New Jersey.
Well, tell us about the offer.
The offer. So for those of you who are familiar with us, we are the IT Metrics and Productivity Institute, and we have been producing online PDU-approved education for many years now. We have over 1,000 hours of educational content, which is all on demand. It's all click and play. And we created a subscription offering, which was typically $199 a year, and people would have unlimited access to the vast library. We also produced a mobile app last year, which we call the Great IT Professional. So it sort of has a different name than the ITMPI, but that's something that we're going through a rebrand right now. Eventually we will consolidate those names. And the app puts all of this education in the palm of people's hands. So I like to compare it to, if you've used TED Talks, the TED Talks app, which allows you to scroll through thousands of different topics and listen to them, and they're bite-sized 15-minute lectures on all these topics. It makes learning fun and easy. So we tried to do that with all of these lectures. Now the offer is that anybody who is a member of PMI New Jersey is going to get access to this for free for as long as they are a member of PMI New Jersey. That means unlimited access, unlimited free PDUs, and unlimited use of the mobile app. The way that I believe we are bringing this to making this offer for PMI New Jersey is that if you are an existing member of the chapter, you will receive your 1-year unlimited membership when you renew your chapter membership. And if you are a PMP who is in the local area and you haven't yet found a reason to become a chapter member, which I believe costs $20, new members who are coming in will receive the unlimited membership when they become new members. So if you say you pay $20 to join the chapter, you're automatically receiving, even if you don't have the time to come to any of these wonderful dinner events, you're automatically receiving a $200 gift.
Right.
Not to mention the fact that it's unlimited learning for an entire year. And you will get that each year at the point of renewal when you renew the chapter. So I think it's a wonderful way to encourage, to retain existing members and to acquire new members. It's a very strong value proposition. I think the PMI New Jersey board I'm just delighted that they have agreed to allow us to make this offering for them. I think it makes a lot of sense for everybody.
Great. So how does the Great IT Professional app differ, or how is it better than its competitors?
Great question. I get asked that a lot. First of all, we are in a niche. Okay, we have carved out a very focused niche, which is the project management best practices and software development life cycle, from a software development life cycle perspective. So this is really IT project management heaven. It's especially if you're interested in best practices and methodologies and engineering best practices, this is the place. It's very highly focused in that area. So in that sense, it differentiates itself, because if you go out there and you look at Coursera or Udemy or all these other products that are out there in the market that are continuous learning products, they try to be everything to all people.
Right.
And because of that, they don't have the in-house expertise. So they can't get into this level of excellence that we focus on, because that's all we do. We have over 200 presenters who are experts in the field from around the world who present with us. They're authors, they're leading consultants, and so it's very focused. That's the one thing. The other thing is that in IT, at least in IT, and I know 80% of the Project Management Institute is IT,
right.
but for those who are in IT, and I know I'm not speaking for myself, but the industry, from a learning perspective, is saturated with learning management systems. And there has never been a learning management system that has been created that anybody enjoys using. It's a very strange thing. It has to do with the industry and who is paying for these, and what their requirements are. which is the tracking and that they need from the top in terms of HR and the higher levels in the organization.
Right.
But that's not how people like to learn. So those products are not developed from a learner-centric position. And I always use this as an example. While there's so much shelfware in IT, stuff that's not getting used, so that people don't gravitate towards, there is nobody on the planet that doesn't know how to use TED Talks or YouTube to learn anything.
Right.
Why is that? It's the medium. It's the medium. So what we tried to do was to replicate that by building a mobile app that simulated what I call the TED Talks experience, by putting vast amounts of bite-sized content in the palm of people's hands so they can easily search through it. That is what I believe is missing and that's what makes this unique. It's not so much the content, the fact that we're focused in a niche is important, but it's not even that as much as it is the medium is unique within the IT field. And I think that's why it's going to catch on.
And why?
There's so many answers to that question, but our business has been very focused on education in general because we are very knowledge-centric, being an IT, managed IT services provider. But really, this started out with me personally as what I would call the strategic marketing initiative. So people who are in marketing, they might call this content marketing, but that doesn't really do it justice. In marketing nowadays, at least in the past 10 years, the idea is that you have to find ways to add value to your market. You're not selling them, you're giving. It's the giving economy. This has been a big thing. And the idea is that you want to, at least from my perspective, is that we wanted to find something that we could create and give away for free that would attract the market to us, people who are our natural prospects for our core business. Well, since our core business is IT, and we tend to deal with IT decision makers and senior people, what do they care about? Well, I tell you, everybody's getting training budgets cut. There's never enough education. It's changing very quickly. There's always a skills gap. Doesn't make a difference what year it is. They're always going to be talking about the skills gap. And so that is a pain point that people have. So for us to provide free education, even though that's not our business, to the IT community, we are developing what they also call, is another marketing term, sticky relationships with these people because they keep coming back. Now we've got them; they're glued to us. Wasn't a money-making operation. It was intended to be lost leadership, what they call lost leadership, or another term from marketing is thought leadership branding, because you're branding yourself, you're getting all the goodwill and the excellence that comes from that. But really, this was a pain point that our customers had. So we developed a lot of goodwill, and also we are the experts in IT process improvement, so it's only natural that we do this. Now, when we developed the mobile app and we developed a subscription plan, that was initially an experiment because we thought, well, maybe we should be trying to monetize this because who knows how much money might be here. It's also very high margin money because it's all internet-based, you just subscription. It's like a mint to make money. So that's how this bifurcated, and we ended up with this business model where we're trying to actually sell subscriptions. The justification for giving this away to the chapters is that at the same time that we're trying to raise revenue around the world in various ways, we also need to increase the user base because we need feedback from users in order to improve the product. So for us what we've done is we've targeted a very small number of PMI chapters that are close to Computer Aid headquarters to make this offering so the PMI New Jersey folks are very lucky because they happen to be in New Jersey. We're not doing this with all the other chapters. We are just selecting them, and that leads to another point, which is that we really value the feedback that the chapter members are going to have about the product, from feedback in terms of usability, how good they are, or where we could be improved, or maybe there might be topics that we're missing that people are really interested in. Maybe there's not enough soft skills, for instance. And so we really need to have constant feedback from users in order to continually improve the product.
So how can the PMINJ membership help? What feedback could we give you? Is there certain feedback that you need more of or less of?
Well, any feedback is awesome. In fact, that's one of the justifications for us doing this. We really need, at the point that we're at in the product development life cycle, we really need more feedback from the users. So I would say anything about the usability, the user experience, the aesthetics of the experience. It doesn't have to just be about content, but content's important too. Are we meeting all their content needs? Some people might say, well, I'm looking for topics on this and I can't find any. They may say that I'm having a hard time sorting by presenter name or by topic, or you need to have a better way of organizing the content because I can't find what I'm looking for. Anything.
Okay.
Anything helps at the point that we're at. And, we'll weigh the feedback and we'll see if we start to see that, if there's a lot of content and it's all about the same thing. That's obviously a very important fact that we need to take seriously. I was telling the story earlier about a book I recently read where they talk about the importance of integrating the user feedback as early as possible into the life cycle, because there's nothing, and there's nothing worse than having an efficient process that produces something that nobody wants to use.
Right.
And so it's very, very important before we get too far down the development cycle that we start capturing as much feedback. So being able to have PMI New Jersey use this is a benefit. It's a two-way benefit. And so please, I would encourage them all to reach out to us.
Okay, great. And in terms of giving the feedback, is just, the comments that each app allows?
Well, I would say,
section or,
I would say we should probably talk about that.
Okay.
I should say that when you roll this out to individuals, whether they are existing members who are renewing or new members that are coming in, I would say that you send them a link to the catalog, which, by the way, we have over 1,000 hours of content, and also give them my email address and make it clear that when they have feedback that they should just send it directly to me. That's probably the best way to go about this.
Okay.